Okay, so first question. What drew you to Studio 72 when you were applying, and then why did you join?
I only saying I applied to LLC is a bit misleading. I only applied to the one because this is the only one that appealed to me.
And I knew I wanted to join an LLC, but I didn't know that there was an arts one. And when I saw there was an arts one, saw this as an opportunity, and I felt like I kind of had to join.
The focus on arts and expanding sort of what you not define as art, I guess, but sort of what your knowledge of art.
When I was touring, I saw the actual studio, and it just seemed so cool. Like, you saw all the paint splatters on the table, and you could see the evidence of people actually working and doing art, and it just looked like a really lived in space. And I was like, oh, so you can tell that people are involved in this community. If I got in, I knew I wanted to go, so I was just hoping that I was going to get in.
In the end, I decided that Studio 72 would have a lot more people that I would relate to. When I was filling out the application and I found out I got in, I was very excited, and I realized that I made the right decision.
What kind of community is Studio 72?
It's pretty relaxed.
The word I'd pick is versatile.
There are a lot of shy people and outspoken people, but there's always that sense of community.
How supportive it is, and how tightly knit we are.
Just how much people care in the community, they want to include everyone.
And it's extremely positive. There's never a dull moment in Studio 72.
But what's a skill that you've maybe learned, tried, developed since being in Studio 72?
I actually learned how to draw, and I learned by watching people, and everyone's always drawing or painting, so I would just watch them.
Because I've gotten a lot better at taking pictures of people.
More experience with the skill of giving people constructive criticism with their art and receiving it myself when performing or showing.
Just kind of getting over the hurdle of these people aren't going to judge me based off of my ability. We're just here to participate in something together.
You have the opportunity to build that up, and just being around that, I think, is inspiring to your own creative process. Being around art is just conducive to more art happening.
For people maybe that are less familiar with the community, what do you want people to know about Studio 72?
The way we talk about art and stuff is very much an expanding what you already know, but I think it's also introducing new things.
So I suppose don't make the mistake I did and think that you have to be super artsy, you have to have some amazing creative ability.
Anyone can join. I know a lot of people that would say that they're not good at art or at specific drawing or something.
If you ever feel like you don't belong, well, you do, because everyone there is so different. There's you don't have to fit in, you don't have to pretend to be someone else, and Studio 72 is really a place where you can express yourself.
What qualities do you hope to see in people that are joining Studio 72 next year?
It's always cool when we get people from different disciplines, even if it's not art related.
People who are willing to learn, and just people who are respectful.
Is just kind and open people.
Exuberance isn't the right word, but kind of just a desire to get out there and do your art, do your thing.
More different kinds of people who are really open-minded and don't just think that Studio 72 is a visual arts community. It's every single type of art that you could think of.
What advice or what message do you have for future members of Studio 72?
My main advice would be to reach out to new people and participate in as many studio events that you can. It can be difficult as a shy person in a community with people that you don't know in the beginning, but adjusting becomes easier and much quicker if you just throw yourself in there.
Just go to the meetings. Even if you don't feel comfortable talking to people yet, they'll talk to you, they'll bring you in, but you actually have to physically be there.
As long as you're being yourself, that's the best person that you can be.
There's people that live right next door to you that are awesome, and once you meet them, once you get to hang out with them all the time, you realize how great the people in the community are. So yeah, if I had any advice, it would be to get involved as soon as possible.
that I guess that also is my advice, is live your best artistic life. You have those tools available to you in Studio 72, and you might as well capitalize on them.